Hi everyone, I'm Judy, and this is my take. Um, Today I wanted to talk about the articles of impeachment and how Nancy Pelosi hasn't given them to the Senate. Um, let's see, she's been holding them now since before the Christmas break, and there's been a lot of debate back and forth about whether this will end up being good for the Democrats or not. I think that originally, I guess it was fine, but ever since the beginning of this whole thing, I've just had a different take on everything, and I feel um, like for example, like they haven't um, really listened to anything that the Republicans have to say as far as in the House, and that really gave the Republicans a lot of ammo to really hit back with, and make I mean, they're really good at what they do at um, the narratives that they put out there. People listen to the propaganda. That's what I'm looking for. And they continue to have control of the narrative. And one of the things is, I think that at the very least, they should have at least, you know, um, done some of the things that the Republicans wanted the House leaders to do. And they, for example, they wanted to bring in more witnesses, and the Democrats were like, absolutely not, because all this stuff is just going to get tied up in court, and it's going to drag on and on and on and on. And that's a really good point, and I agree with them on that point. However, they really did seem like they were rushing through everything. And originally, the argument that they provided was that, they needed to get this done. And, it was a threat to our Constitution, honestly. And, and that's fine, whatever. But now that Nancy Pelosi is holding the articles, it, it was like all talk. It was all for nothing because they rushed this stuff. And according to the Republicans, they rushed the whole thing. And now, what, they're just sitting on it. So, they could have waited to impeach Trump. And so it does look very partisan, and it looks very political that, they've been wanting to impeach him for a long time and blah, 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 blah. And, I don't, just for the record, I don't agree with any of the Republican talking points. However, they have good talking points, and they have millions of people who listen to them and who agree with them. And according to public opinion, it's not favorable towards the Democrats right now. So my take on the whole thing is, look, the Republicans, they play dirty. They've been playing dirty. They don't play nice. They don't play fair. They don't care. Like, they got away, or they won off of their very divisive, hateful rhetoric. They won. And they're going to continue to do this. And they're going to continue to do all this. And they're going to catch you in things. And one of the things is, like, the Democrats sit there and they continue to play fair. And they continue to play by the rules. And honestly, if you guys keep going with this, when they go low, we go high crap, you're going to lose. Like, you're going to lose a lot of support. You're going to lose a lot of arguments. And then every decision that you make is going to look political, because let's face it, when public opinion swings to the other way, that's when the Democrats make their decisions. Like, that's what they base it off of. And so it does come out political, and they're politicians, and they're going to sound political. But at the very least, try to win those arguments. Part of debating, part of arguing your points is to anticipate what rebuttal your opponent is going to make. But they don't do that. I mean, they just wing it. They have no cohesive message. They're constantly tripping over themselves. They let the Republicans take control of the narrative. And honestly, sometimes it's very frustrating because the media is more favorable towards the Democrats, and they need to learn how to use this. Like when the Republicans sat there and said, "Oh, they're having secret meetings and blah 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 blah." Why didn't they go to the media and give a list of all the Republican House members who were invited? And that way, when they, went in and made a spectacle out of the whole thing, they would have had the list out already. They would have beat them to the punch. But they don't think like that. They don't think that Republicans are going to go like really low. Like they still have this high bar that they're supposedly going to be statesmen and stateswomen. No, they're not. They're dirty. They are really really jacked up, and they just don't care, and they have their dude Trump to protect them, and they protect him, and that's how it is. So that's my take. Step it up, step up the game, and get down and dirty with them. That's the only way you're going to win.